extra point. Hits the left upright, but goes through anyway.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Back deep, Kevin Byard. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 7-7, our score after 1. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mon looks to throw. over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They go play action here. Mon. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Here's Mon.
Flushed out right. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
57, Mike, 57.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Eyes on 13.
Watson looks to throw again. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. We've hit the... 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll bring up a second down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the gun, here's Mond.
And this is going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away.
Here's Smith to return it.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
Check 43. Hey, check 24. Watch 31. Mike, 55.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. To throw is Watson. And Cooks hands it over the middle. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Let's go. Big C.
Out of the gun, Watson. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Patterson now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
Second down at 7.
check 43. Let's go.
Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Extra point try now for Patterson. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around? And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Watson. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Chargers 28, Broncos 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Timeout. Right there in the middle, 55.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
43 is the mic.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he will have the Broncos first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line. On first down, Watson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, P4. Check, check.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Another try for Barkley. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taken at the goal line.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Watson's throw there taken in by Smith.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A first down carry for Barkley. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Watson. That'll be complete to Breida. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And that's caught out wide by Cooks. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Mond. They'll roll him out right. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. They'll run on 1st down. Mitchell. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Space to run past the 20. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And able to get this out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Working with a 2nd and 3. Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Watson. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And down to the 20. A huge play there for Denver.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
57, Mike, 57.
Watson to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 18. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
That one looks like he'll throw here. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Off the play fake. Mon.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers, and they were